sir. Good morning, classmate. My name is Mark Dion P. Pabustan from Bachelor of Physical Education 2-1. So, first question. What is rubric? Rubric from the word Latin read. The online website dictionary lists the first meaning of rubric as an authoritative rule and fourth meaning as a guidance, listing specific criteria for grading and scoring academic papers. Rubric is a coherent set of criteria for student work include description of level of performance quality on criteria. Sounds simple enough, right? Unfortunately, this definition of rubric is rarely demonstrated in practice. The internet, for example, offers many rubrics that do not, in fact, describe performance. I think I know why the might be and will example that chapter 2. But for now, let's start with the positive. It should be clear from definition that rubric have two major aspects. Coherent set of criteria and description level of performance for those criteria. Second question. Define and describe and when to use two types of rubrics. I have two types of rubrics. Holistic rubrics and analytic rubrics. For me, classroom purposes analytic rubrics are best, focusing on criteria at a time. It's better to instruction and better to formative assessment because student can see what aspect of their work need what kind of attention. Focuses on criteria one at a time is a good for any summative assessment. That will also be used to make decision about the future. For example, decision about how to follow up on a unit or decision about how to teach something next year. Second one classroom purpose for which holistic rubrics are better than analytic rubric is the situation in which student will not see the result of the final summative assessment. And you will not really use the information for anything as aspect agreed. Some high school final examination falls into category. Grading with rubric is faster when there is only one decision to make, rather than a separate decision for each criterion. Third question. How does the two types of rubrics look like? Analytic rubric describe for work on each criterion separately. Holistic rubrics describe the work by applying and the criteria at the same time and enabling an overall judgment about the quality of work. Fourth question. Advantage and disadvantage. Rubric are usually categorized by two different aspects of their composition. One is whether the rubric treats the criteria one at a time or together. The other is whether the rubric is general and could be used with the family of similar tasks or task-specific and only applicable to one assessment. Figure 1.2 describes the different types of rubrics and the advantage and disadvantage of each. And the next question, what is portfolio assessment and its purpose? A portfolio assessment is a collection of students that work associated with the standard you are required to learn. This collection of work is often gathered over a long period of time. Reflect what you have been taught and well as you want to have learned. Next question. What are the steps in planning portfolio? First, executive framing. The executive framing is always first by clarifying metrics of interest. Prioritize and major strategic concern. Portfolio management is focused on the very specific needs of a corporation as dictated by its executives. Second question. Data collection next is a collection of data. It is important to bear in mind that data need to be perfect to build an initial portfolio model. Our experience working with client indicates that actually analyzing and data engaging strategic conversation that can account less than 5% of the time in the planning process. And the third one is modeling and analysis. Modeling and analysis are best done by someone or a team with both modeling and business savvy. Unfortunately, it can be easy to create model that is mathematically accurate but misses the point. And the fourth one, synthesis and communication. Once models are created and analysis is done, it is vital to synthesize the information to make it easy to share with executive. Analysis means little if it doesn't lead to greater understanding and insight and improved strategic conversation and more informed decision. This will step for kick off a new round in analysis. As a decision maker, use the new insight they gain formulate new and more profound questions. Next question. How does portfolio assessment look like? Some suggest that portfolios are not really assessment at all because they are just collection of previously completed assessment. But if we consider assessing as a gathering of information about someone or something for a purpose, then a portfolio is a type of assessment. Sometimes the portfolio is also evaluated or graded, but that is not necessary to be considered an assessment. Next question. What are the advantage and disadvantage? The advantage of using portfolio assessment serves as a cross-learns, providing a basis for future and planning. Disadvantage of using portfolio assessment, it may be seen are less reliable or fair than more quantitative evaluation.
Question. What is multiple intelligence? The theory of multiple intelligence was developed in 1983 by Dr. Howard Gardner, professor of the education at Harvard University. It suggests that the traditional notion of intelligence based on IQ testing is far too limited. Instead, Dr. Gardner proposes 8 different intelligence to count for a broader range of human potential in children and adults.
Next question. What are the types of multiple intelligence? I have 8 types of multiple intelligence. Linguistic intelligence, word smart. Logical and mathematical intelligence, number and reasoning smart. Spatial intelligence, picture smart. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence, body smart. Musical intelligence, music smart. Interpersonal intelligence, people smart. Intrapersonal intelligence, self smart. Naturalist intelligence, nature smart. Last question. How does multiple intelligence affect assessment? By using a variety of teaching strategies across the multiple intelligence, the teacher can assess or measure student learning. The assessment could be a written or oral test, originally artwork by a student, a building task, or some other activity which gave the teacher an idea of how well the student learned the new concept.